Hello everyone, welcome to the Hanuman Night. This is quite a night here, and today we'll be doing a requested video from dude, and I want to show you his comment because there's some things to be mentioned. So now he asked me to do a card selection in the lab system. Now at the lab system I actually already have done it. If you go to my channel and just right here you will see that there is a unitary position in lab system 3 of 3 and it is sorry, the lab system. So this is going to be the lab system. Sorry, not this.
Okay, so there's
This is going to be the lab system. This was working pretty fine, so if you go ahead and follow it, maybe you'll have one lab system working. And today I'll go ahead and focus on doing a card selection system. Now a card selection system can be a little bit daunting, but I hope you can understand what I'm doing. So yep, this is going to be a long tutorial too, like 30 minutes maybe. So let me go ahead first to teach you what I'm going to do today. So let's go ahead and open up Paint. So the first thing that I'm going to do inside our code or inside our editor, let's just show you what I'm going to do in the code, okay? Because what I'll do on the editor is pretty simple for you, okay? So in the code, the first thing that I'll do is I'll create an array of game objects which will hold our car, okay? And then I'll create, by modifying this array of cars, I'm going to show which car is currently visible, and then when the car is visible, I'm going to create a button. By clicking it, you can actually select the car. That is all I'm going to do. And this which car is visible and which car is not, we're going to select that by using something called a for loop. And this is basically it. So let me go ahead and just do it, I guess, or do it inside the editor, I guess. So the first thing that I'm going to do is do the, let's say, array thing. Okay, now before I do the array thing, there's some cars that I have. I'm just going to put them in the scene nicely. So there are the cars, prefab car 1. I'm going to put it on 0 by 0 by 0, and it looks kind of awkward. Let's make our plane's position 0 by 0 by 0 too, I guess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my main camera and give this car a nice position so that we can do car changing later. So let's go select main camera, Ctrl F to focus on the car, and this is looking okay. So in here I can change the plane's position a bit to make it more nice, I guess, but I'm not going to change the position. So now I'm going to create an empty game object inside this car, and this is going to be the parent game object in which all the car will stay. So I'm just going to name this one car holder. Just name it car holder. Okay, so now just like this prefab, I have some more, so I'm going to put them in. Now I have a total 10 of them. I'm not going to do 10 of them, I'm going to do just 5 of them. Just 2 or 3 of them will be enough, but let's do 5 because why not? 5 is a nice number. So let's put number 3 here, and then there is then 4, and then there is number 5. Prefab, just put it in. Awesome. Now I'm going to disable all of them except the first car, because why not? And I'm also going to create an UI that will have a left or right button on it. So let me go ahead and create a canvas, or let me just go ahead and create a button. It can be a text mesh button, no problemos. Now on the canvas, I'm going to make it screen size huge, quite huge, 1280, 720. Awesome. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the button on our left, just like not this one. Hold Shift LT, put it here, and then I'm going to scale the button a bit up. Yep, awesome. Now I'm going to name this one right. Awesome. Let's just make the font big. It doesn't matter if it is big or small, and I'm going to put it just right here. Awesome. And right is selected, and I want one button for the car selection too, so I'm going to put it inside here, and then this is going to be a select car selection tool. I'm just going to say select on here. Let me make it big like this and make him big this way too. I'm just going to say select. So now this is going to be our tiny UI, nothing else. Select. Yeah, but this is all going to be about our design today, nothing else. I don't know what I'm going to put on the thumbnail. Maybe I'll just put a screenshot of it. Okay, so this is it. Now let's actually use this, make this left and right button to work. And yep, I have to name this left, of course. Awesome. Now let's use this left button to make our car change. Okay, left and right button to make our car change, and the select button to select our car also, obviously. So let's do it. Now the first thing that I'll do is I'll come here and create a new folder. I'm going to name it scripts. There will be just one script, but why not have a script folder? It will make things look cool. So I'm going to name it car selection manager. Okay, so let me open it up. Okay, the first thing that I'll do, I'll just remove these two comments, I don't need them. And then the actual first thing that I'll do, I'll just create a public game object, and then it is going to be an array of game objects. And now then I'm going to name them cars. Save the script, hide the Bandicam stuff, and then when I save the script, come to our, let's say, car holder game object, I'm going to put the car selection manager thing there, and then you will see that we have an array where we can put our cars. Now what I'll do is I'll just lock this thing on the inspector, and then select all our cars and then put them in just like that. So then there you go. Now we have 5 cars selected inside, which is pretty cool. And yep, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a public int variable, and the int is going to be current car. Now the current car, now just if you come here, you'll see that this thing has 0 1 2 3 4 element on him, or element 0 1 2 3 4. So yeah, it is going to be like, if current car equals to 0, then this car 1 is going to be selected. So if the current car is the amount says 3, then the element 3 is going to be selected. Okay, so in here what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's say, use this left and right button to modify this current car value, and then I'm going to let's say, enable and disable cars by using a for loop and using this current car's value. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to create a public void right button, the void right, and then put this type of stuff on it, this type of stuff. Yep, now this is a public function that I can use. Now in here, all that I'm going to say is I'm going to say current car plus equal to 1, and then I'm going to do a for loop, and in here I'm going to say that current car, or I'm just going to say that car, I'm going to just put car length here. And if you wonder how I did this for loop, how I did generated this for loop, just type in for and then hit tab twice on your keyboard and you'll have this loop generated. Okay, so you don't have to understand this loop, and a lot of you, I know a lot of you do, and I don't want to actually go deep into making them understand this. I'm just going to say this, that if you put cars.length in here, what this will do is this will go through every single game object on the let's say this loop, this array, and they will disable the game object, because we're going to just say here cars I dot selective true. Okay, selective false, because that's what disabled the game objects. Okay, now when I'm done disabling it, when the loop has ended, what I want to do is I want to enable the current car. Okay, now to enable the current car, I'm just going to say cars current car, not like this, current car dot selective true. Pretty cool. Okay, now with this, if I go ahead and hit play, yep, now with this, if I go ahead and hit play, you will see that if I hit the right key, oh, nothing will happen, because I'll have to assign the right key, right? Now we have to assign the public void in our right key, so let's go ahead and select the right key, hit the plus on click event, put your canvas just right there. Oh no, not the canvas, put your car holder just right there, because this thing has this car selection manager script, and then just select right. And with that, if I go ahead and hit play, and if I click on right, you will see that the car are going to change. But yep, the car 4 has one issue, it's not inside our position. So yep, let's select that nicely. So now if I go ahead and select the put the right key, you will see that we have the element 2 selected, and the element 2 is the car 3, and we have the car 3 on. So if I hit right again, there you go, element 3 is selected, car 3 is selected, element 3 is selected, and the element 3 is the car 4. and if I write again, the car fifth will be the fifth car will be selected. But one thing you'll see that if I keep hitting right, the current car value keeps changing and we get an error. So it is something that we have to fix. Now this is actually a very easy fix. All I have to do is all this code, this code can't run if this current car value is more than 5. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say if I'm going to put all this thing inside an if statement, and then I'm going to say if current car value is let's say greater than the car's dot length minus 1, then this thing will not work. Now you might say, why I'm putting -1? I'm putting -1 because when you do stuff like this, Unity adds a number, so I'm just removing that number. Okay, the number that Unity adds, I'm just removing it. Now with this done, if you actually go ahead and come here and hit right, something should happen. Okay, okay, this thing will happen if sorry, this thing will happen if our current car value is less than the car's length. I'm very sorry, because I put minus there, I got a little bit, let's say, confused. Okay, now if we put the lower than here and then hit right key, there you go, the car value will change, and after the car value of 4, the value will not change and you will not get any errors too, which is pretty cool. Now this same has to be this all the same has to be done for our void left. So let me go ahead and just copy the entire stuff and then come here, put name this function left, and we have to do some changes here, because why not? Now in here I have to say if current car's value is greater than 0, then the cars can be changed, and instead of doing +1, I want to do -1. I want to do this, and yep, this is it. Let me go ahead and apply, put the left button, activate the left button. This is the left button, if I might remember correctly. Yep. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the on-click event, put my car holder there, and then just do car selection manager, and then this is going to do the left button. Awesome. Now let's test it out. Select our car holder. If I hit left key, nothing happens. If I hit right and hit left, there you are, this car is selected. If I go right, nothing is selected anymore. Left, and I can select this car. I can select this car here. Awesome, pretty cool. Now go ahead. Now the last thing that we have to do to actually complete this car selection system is the selecting thing. Now the selecting thing is actually quite easy. Now to actually select it, we're going to use this current car number, and then we're going to use this player pref to actually save this current car number and enable it as we go into the gameplay scene. Okay, now let me show you how you can actually save it. Now to save it, I'm just going to create that public void select option. Okay, not some problem has happened. Select option, and I'm just going to put it like this, and then here I'm going to say when this thing is occurred, I'm just going to say player prefs dot set int, and the int name is going to be selected car value, and selected car ID, and then it will take our current car. Okay, and yep, this is basically it. And once we do it, we can make a let's say preview of this car holder game object and do some crazy stuff, I guess. Yep, so let's do it. So in here, one more thing that I want to do when I hit the select button is change my scene. So I'm going to also copy this thing and then put Unity scene management here, and then in here I'm going to say scene manager dot load scene manager dot load scene, and then I'm going to load the second scene, which is going to be the only scene that we have in here, or the gameplay scene. Now I actually already have a gameplay scene, this one, and in here if I go here, you will see that I have a car holder script here. Sorry, I have a different car holder already here with my 5 cars on it, and it is set up in a way that it feels like the cars are on gameplay. That is why I named this in gameplay scene. Okay, now this thing is actually as much as before. There is this car holder game object with all the 5 cars in it, and then I'm going to add the car selection and description here in here too, and then lock this thing and put all these five cars here. Awesome. Now one difference that I will have is I'll go ahead and create a public boolean variable bool. By default, I'm just going to name it in gameplay scene, and by default I'm going to make it false. I think by default it is always going to be false, but let me just force it. Okay, now in our gameplay scene we have let's say when we select the car, we have already set up the player pref and the car number, right? So in on start, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm just going to create an int. I'm going to name it selected car, and then car, and then I'm going to say selected car equal to player prefs dot get int, and the int is this car ID. Just copy this text and then put it here. Okay, and then I want this game object to be I want this int ID to be let's say enabled if the scene is, let's say if the in-game play scene is actually on. So I'm going to, let's say, if in gameplay scene is on, is true, then say the cars, I have to put two equals because it's an if else statement, dot, no, not dot, cars dot selected selected car, not select timeout, just the selected car dot selective true. Now this will take the saved car and then set the car true. Okay, and set the car true here. Now now I have to come over here into my car holder. I just have to make sure that in-game play scene is turned on. And also one more thing that I want to do when I do this selection, I want to say that I want to make sure that this current car value is also changed. So what I'll do, this is actually completely optional, but I'll do it. But anyway, I'll say current car equal to selected car. Awesome. This is it. Now let's see it if it is working or not. So let's come to our same simple scene and then hit play. Go to right, select the car. Okay, we have not done the select button. We have to do the select button. This is the select button. Just hit this and then put your car holder there and car select manager, and then hit select. Awesome. Now let me go ahead and hit select. Go ahead and check this car and select, and there you are. Some problems have been happening. The problem is in our gameplay scene this car cannot be active. All the cars has to be active. Okay, and again this car holder and that car holder has no difference except this in-game play scene turned on. Okay, so please do not be confused, and if you are confused just comment down below. And also this entire script is going to be on the comment section too, not on the comment section, on the description too, so just copy it. Okay, alright, so let's get our sample scene again and let's see if the thing is working now. So let me go ahead and select this car now, select, and there you are, this car is selected. And if I go ahead and go to my sample scene, go to my gameplay scene and hit play, I will see that the blue car is going to come around. Yep, this is actually it. This is going to be their car. This is going to be our car selection menu. This is pretty simple, but yeah, I hope you learned something from it. So there we go. Let's select the blue one. There are the blue one is selected, and yep, this blue one is going to be saved pretty much for the it is going to save it at least until you wipe your system memory off and stuff like that. Alright, this is going to be it for this tutorial. The tutorial has been 18 minutes long, which is quite long. So I'll see you tomorrow, and also do let me know if you have any question, or do let me know if you want me to put a currency system on it and make the player buy cars and stuff, which is going to be pretty easy. But do let me know if you guys want to see that too, and I will see you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, on the next video. So stay funky my lads. I'll see you very soon.